Disclaimer. This is a drinking game. I am of legal drinking age. If you are as well, feel free to join me. If you're not, maybe consider using another substitute for alcohol, be it caffeine, sugar, meat. Yeah, never mind about that. But, if you can join me, do so. If not, just, enjoy the ride. Whatever. It all works out. This is the last episode of Madoka Magica. And I have to say, for you guys that have watched these episodes, thank you so much for joining me. And here we are. I don't know what's gonna happen here, guys. I mean, this is the last episode. Madoka has not changed into a magical girl. In the current timeline, she has not. So this is when she will. There's a lot of build up to this, so we'll see what happens. But if she does, then she becomes the most terrible and powerful witch that has ever been. So we'll see how it works out. I honestly do not know what's going to happen. So let's continue together. So QB is asking Madoka what she wishes for her soul. I've just paused the episode because one of the rules for shots is, let me quote it. Every time something lesbian happens, which I equate to when a romantic tension happens between two women. I have to say, just from Homura's desire to protect alone, and just her want to have Madoka safe, I'm not sure if that's romantic or not, precisely. But honestly, I'm going to take a shot for Homura's dedication to Madoka's protection. So I'm taking a shot for that, just want to say. So, it seems like Madoka's gonna be a magical girl. What she wishes for, we will find out in a few moments. For now, let's toast to Homura's dedication to Madoka's protection all this time. Cheers. Madoka wishes to erase all witches. She wishes that there are no witches. Can she do that? Is that legal? QB legal? Doesn't that totally dismantle the QB and the energy they receive? Suddenly Mami's here, talking to Madoka about her choice, and how through all of time she will need to fight witches. Hey, she's a magical girl! Transformation sequence. Cheers. Not a real, she's just suddenly in the outfit, but I'm still drinking for it. Oh, guys. I'm getting the chills here. She's just going around saving the girls, just so they don't become witches. They still perish, but they don't become witches. Holy shit. Well, Homura's in, it looks like the moon. So it looks like Madoka's wish brought on, a huge meteor of despair. Because of all the hope she brought, it became a parallel despair to counteract it. So now there's a meteor of despair heading towards the earth. So we'll see how this goes. So Homura is now floating in space with Madoka, and Madoka's hey yo, thanks for all you did for me. Seriously, she's look Homura, now that I have gone through all of this, I have seen all the timelines, and know how much you went through, and thank you for it. And Homura's oh my gosh, guys. And I think I'm gonna count that as a shot. Because, like, the hugging that is happening on a cosmic level right now, just, it's time for a shot. Let's just have one of those. Cheers to cosmic love of this form. So Madoka is now talking to Sayaka, and it looks like Sayaka was able to have closure, to see the guy she was interested in play again, even though Hitomi does end up still being with him. Sayaka is able to see him on the stage playing, which is what she wanted. And I don't know if this means that Sayaka was never a witch, or that her witch self was never realized because she was satisfied with this. I'm not precisely sure about that. But it looks like Sayaka is at peace, which I am so happy about. I'm very glad that Sayaka was able to have closure with this. But it makes me curious about Kyoko. Like, what happened to her? So an alternate timeline was just shown with Mami alive, and Kyoko alive, and also Homura with them as a team, it looks like. And Sayaka was, like, there apparently a new law with how energy works with magical girls. So Sayaka used too much of something and so was whisked away, but not a witch. So Madoka made a safer world, especially for magical girls, and a world of no despair for magical girls. And Mommy's still alive, which... Whoa! What? Okay. So it seems like the world, became a safer place because of what Madoka did. A more innocent place. And even though no one remembers her except Homura, there's still, her presence is still there. People are like, oh, hey, Madoka. Gosh, that name sure, brings some nostalgia to me. And it's a very interesting end. It definitely didn't come without a price, because this nice little girl that was, cried a lot and didn't, wanted the best for her friends, but not necessarily didn't want to, but decided not to go the way of the magical girl because there was so much trial and suffering that road, and everyone advised her against it very wisely. And she chose to forever fight against suffering. And that's really interesting. And in the end, it just seemed like a normal magical girl scenario. You defeat the enemies, and nothing necessarily bad happens to you. Maybe you run out of energy at some point, and so go on and disintegrate or whatever. But it's not... You don't bring suffering to others. An interesting end. I'm not quite sure what I think about it yet, because, it just ended, and I just watched it. But it's interesting. It's very interesting, especially for magical girl genre. So that's the end of the series, guys. Well done. Well done. Well done to you for watching all of this. And the ending episodes didn't really have a lot of the drinking rules that I set up. And I don't know if I was just so engrossed I didn't notice, and I apologize for that. But it was a very interesting journey, a very interesting series. Um, I've heard interesting things about the movies and like alternate things that happen with this series. There are other movies to this series, and I've heard that they kind of like overthrow what happened in the 12th episode Madoka Magica series I just watched. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch those, probably not. I'm not sure. But as a series, very interesting. I want to say very fulfilling ending. It certainly seems that way at the moment. Like gosh darn. All those poor girls that made the decision to try and change something in their lives and make a wish and make a difference, and they didn't have to suffer and become and hurt other people, and they didn't have it wasn't a natural occurrence for that, and they had peace at the end. It's pretty cool, I gotta say. I do want to read some meta posts about this, maybe some fan theories. Because there are a few things that I'm not, like, quite sure about, especially, like, where all the different timelines come in, where Sayaka and Kyoko went that one time in that one timeline, and even, like, what exactly happens in this timeline with Madoka saving all these girls. Where, like, is it just they're put to peace and just laid to rest kind of thing? Or, I don't know. But, so, end of the series. So thank you very much for watching. If you watched this far, well done. And, I hope you're having a good morning, or afternoon, or evening, whatever. This is the first series I've finished of the drinking while watching. So thank you for being here for that. That's really cool. And I'm really thankful I was able to just put it to rest and just be like, "Hey, I finished something." It's really cool when you finish something. It's just cool. It's a good feeling. So I hope maybe you're able to watch some really cool anime or cartoons or some kind of series sometime soon, because it's a good feeling to finish something. And maybe I'll see you around. I don't know if I'm gonna do this again or not. It was a good time though. So I hope you have a good time wherever you go, and I'll see you around. But have a good night, evening, afternoon, morning, like I said before. But goodbye. Goodbye.